Tokiyuki is a young boy destined to inherit the title of shogun. On this particular day, Tokiyuki is doing everything he can to avoid his attendants and skip his training. Despite their speed, the attendants are easily tricked by Tokiyuki's simple evasion tactics, raising questions about their competence. Tokiyuki manages to evade his attendants for a while, but is eventually forced to attend his training. However, he soon sneaks away to climb onto the roof for fun. The attendants, desperate to catch him, create a commotion that annoys the officials attending a send-off party for Takagi. Tokiyuki enjoys hiding from his attendants until Takagi catches him. Takagi compliments Tokiyuki on his hide-and-seek skills, but reminds him that now is not the time for games, as Takagi is about to head to war to prove his loyalty to Tokiyuki's family. Tokiyuki wishes Takagi luck, and as Takagi departs with a stern-faced friend, Kyoko appears. She tells Tokiyuki that he doesn't need to be nervous around Takagi and the others, because he will eventually be the one giving them orders. Kyoko also mentions that Tokiyuki will marry her, though Tokiyuki has no recollection of proposing. As Tokiyuki notices his attendants catching up to him, he dashes off again, kicking up dust on the wooden floor. Kyoko's attendant criticizes Tokiyuki's immaturity, contrasting him with Takagi. He predicts that Tokiyuki will likely become a puppet leader, like his father, who can barely speak coherently. Kyoko, a gold digger, sees nothing wrong with being a puppet ruler as long as it means living a lavish lifestyle. The attendants continue searching for Tokiyuki, who is a master at hiding. They check various hiding spots, including an armor chest, but fail to find him. Tokiyuki, hanging from the roof above them, descends once they leave and is greeted by his elder brother, who offers him a snack. On the roof, Tokiyuki's brother suggests that it would be best for Tokiyuki to take over as shogun soon, given their father's incompetence. Tokiyuki asks why his brother, the eldest son, can't take the position, but his brother explains that as the son of a concubine, he is ineligible and uninterested in the role. The attendants spot Tokiyuki again, and he quickly escapes, running through the compound and into Kamakura village, where he is welcomed by the villagers. Tokiyuki eventually finds solace under a lone cherry blossom tree, enjoying the peace and beauty of the village. Suddenly, a girl on the ground speaks up, telling Tokiyuki that he is neither lazy nor a coward, just aspects of the untapped potential within him, according to her father. Tokiyuki is puzzled by the girl's sudden appearance. Then, a man emerges, introducing himself as Yorishige Suwa, a Shinto priest. Suwa, having predicted Tokiyuki would come to this tree, claims he has been waiting all day. Shizuku, his daughter and assistant, explains that Suwa can see the future, though his predictions are often dubious. To prove his foresight, Suwa looks into Tokiyuki's soul and predicts that in 2 years, Tokiyuki will become a hero who will change the fate of Japan. Tokiyuki dismisses this and runs off, unwilling to engage with the strange man. Back home, Tokiyuki tells his brother about Suwa's prediction. His brother finds it plausible, believing Tokiyuki's extraordinary evasion skills could make him a hero if tragedy strikes. Unfortunately, tragedy is imminent. During a battle, Takagi betrays his army, killing his comrades swiftly. The news of Takagi's betrayal reaches Kamakura, shocking everyone. Takagi, now aligned with Emperor Doggy, returns to destroy Kamakura, leaving a trail of death. As Tokiyuki watches the destruction and his family's corpses burn, Suwa reappears, revealing he foresaw this tragedy and prepared horses for their escape. Tokiyuki, however, wants to die with his family. Suwa insists Tokiyuki's life is crucial, even if he's unsure of its significance. Kamakura is in ruins, and Tokiyuki is devastated by Takagi's betrayal. Suwa offers to help Tokiyuki seek revenge, but Tokiyuki doubts he can face someone as powerful as Takagi. Despite Takagi's atrocities, he will be remembered as a hero, leaving Tokiyuki desiring an honorable death. Suwa, agreeing, pushes Tokiyuki off a cliff. As he falls, Tokiyuki realizes he doesn't want to die and manages to slow his descent, landing safely. The invading army tries to kill him, but his evasion skills are too great. Climbing back up, Tokiyuki latches onto Suwa, who tells him his survival instincts and evasion skills give him the potential to become a hero, contrasting with Takagi's murderous path. Suwa offers to provide Tokiyuki with allies and tools to grow stronger. As long as Tokiyuki lives, Takagi will come for him, and Tokiyuki must be ready to defeat him when that time comes. As Kamakura falls, Tokiyuki's brother, Kuni, desperately tries to evade the invaders. Suddenly, he is joined by his uncle, Muneshige, who claims he is there to rescue him. Kuni is still worried about Tokiyuki, but Muneshige reassures him that Tokiyuki is probably safe thanks to Suwa. Munashige insists they need to escape quickly before they are discovered. Their luck runs out as they are spotted by enemy samurai. Munashige steps forward to negotiate, hoping to convince the samurai that Kuni is not part of the Hojo family. Muneshige tells Kuni to run if things go awry, but Kuni realizes something is wrong when Muneshige points directly at him with a sinister expression. Meanwhile, Tokiyuki is having a nightmare, haunted by the tormented faces of his family in Suwa's presence. Suwa stands over Tokiyuki with a bright aura, commenting on how cute he looks while sleeping. Shizuku joins in, knowing her uncle enjoys watching children sleep. Suwa's actions intensify Tokiyuki's nightmare until he wakes up to find Suwa about to kiss him. Tokiyuki leaps to the ceiling in fear, but Suwa claims it was just a prank. Tokiyuki scolds Suwa, reminding him they are still in danger. Suwa explains they haven't left Kamakura because the exit is heavily guarded, urging patience. Tokiyuki recognizes the banners of those patrolling, recalling their betrayal under Takaji's command. Shizuku reassures Tokiyuki they are safe for now, disguised as priests. Calming down, Tokiyuki asks Suwa about reclaiming the country using his evasion skills. Suwa confidently asserts that Tokiyuki will become a legendary hero, as foreseen by his divine eyes, and urges patience. However, while Shizuku and Suwa are setting up a dice game, Tokiyuki decides he can't trust them and runs off to find what remains of his home. At the ruins of the Shogunate Palace, he overhears two men discussing a recent unaliving event involving Kuni. Distraught, Tokiyuki reveals his presence, prompting the men to question him. Suwa and Shizuku arrive just in time, covering for him by claiming he is an apprentice at their shrine. The men explain that Kuni was handed over to Muneshige for safety, but Muneshige betrayed him for personal gain. Kuni was captured and deleted that morning. Devastated, Tokiyuki mutters, "Betrayal," struggling to understand the disloyalty from those who once served them. Suwa uses his divine sight to reveal Muneshige's future, showing him as a beggar planning to capture Tokiyuki for a reward. Tokiyuki now knows his first target and the initial step in Suwa's plan, running away to fight another day. Suwa promises more details back at the hideout. Tokiyuki remains skeptical, especially since he neglected his martial arts training, but Suwa assures him that allies are on the way. These allies, Kojiro and Ayako, are skilled martial artists from families that serve the Suwa and Hojo families. Despite their young age, they excel in combat. Later, Shizuku asks them about Tokiyuki. Ayako finds him cute, but Kojiro thinks he is weak and wonders why Suwa chose them to assist him. Nonetheless, they pledge to protect Tokiyuki. As night falls, Suwa gives Tokiyuki a katana, preparing him to face the approaching enemy. When Muneshige arrives, Tokiyuki pretends to trust him, but signals Kojiro and Ayako to attack. Muneshige defends himself, realizing Tokiyuki's plan for revenge. Muneshige mocks Tokiyuki's weakness and prepares to kill him, but Tokiyuki, analyzing Muneshige's movements, manages to stay one step ahead. Suwa believes Tokiyuki has a natural talent for evasion, thriving in life-threatening situations, with Kojiro and Ayako creating distractions. Tokiyuki disarms and disorients Muneshige. Tokiyuki then leaps and delivers the final blow, marking the beginning of his quest for vengeance. As the group makes their way through the forest to escape Kamakura, Suwa asks Tokiyuki about his feelings after his first victory. Tokiyuki admits he isn't sure, as he was focused on running away and ended up ending Muneshige almost by accident. He thanks his companions for their help, and Suwa reminds him of the two key elements to winning a war by running, being a valuable leader and having allies who act as his weapons. Tokiyuki must maintain his pride as a Hojo orphan and become someone people are drawn to. If he can do these things, Suwa believes Tokiyuki can overcome any demon. Tokiyuki vows to return to Kamakura someday to reclaim it from Takaji, throwing his sword into the forest as a gesture of commitment. A wolf emerges from the forest with the sword stabbed in its back, causing Tokiyuki to flee. They successfully escape Kamakura, marking the start of Tokiyuki's journey to becoming Japan's greatest hero. In Suwa's territory, Tokiyuki is overwhelmed by the number of maidens assigned to him. Suwa innocently explains he asked them to take care of Tokiyuki, make him breakfast, and provide special physical contact to comfort him. Tokiyuki tries to escape, but falls into a hole that Suwa had foreseen and prepared. Tokiyuki doubts Suwa's ability to see the future, but Suwa insists his divine visions are enhanced within his domain, the Suwa Grand Shrine. He explains that within this domain, he will always know where Tokiyuki is, no matter how hard he tries to hide. Suwa declares it's time for Tokiyuki's training to begin. Tokiyuki tries to make excuses, claiming he needs more time to adjust, but Suwa insists he start training immediately. Days pass without Tokiyuki taking his training seriously, frustrating everyone involved. Suwa explains that Tokiyuki's behavior stems from being raised as a puppet ruler with no real incentive to improve himself. He admits that part of the fault lies with him for not showing Tokiyuki his true power. One rainy day, Tokiyuki runs into the forest, thinking no one would expect him to leave in the rain. Suwa appears behind him and questions his reluctance to learn war strategies. To prove his power, Suwa stops the rain with a ring of his bell, and the raindrops converge around him before disappearing. Suwa then summons an army of 69,000 soldiers, demonstrating his ability to assemble a formidable force. He assures Tokiyuki that if he becomes a true hero, their alliance will attract more soldiers. Tokiyuki reluctantly agrees to start studying, deciding to trust Suwa. However, Suwa dismisses the soldiers, saying they can't be energetic all the time. As Tokiyuki agrees to study, he falls into another trap. As Tokiyuki adjusts to life in Suwa's domain, Suwa tells him it's time to acquire retainers. Retainers are vassals who form a master-servant relationship with their lord and fight for him. Suwa introduces Kojiro, the greatest swordsman of Tokiyuki's generation, Ayako, who has unrivaled strength and artistic talent, and Shizuku, who is attentive and skilled in various arts. Though young, they are reliable. Tokiyuki needs to demonstrate he can make good use of their skills and build strong relationships with them. This marks the beginning of his journey as a hero. Kojiro asks if Tokiyuki needs anything, but Tokiyuki is unsure, so he suggests playing tag. Kojiro refuses and suggests sneaking into the homes of the samurai who betrayed Tokiyuki to leave a surprise. Ayako wants to do push-ups, and Shizuku wants to stuff marbles up places they don't belong. Eventually, Ayako suggests hunting as a group. In the forest, they work together to hunt. Shizuku scares a rabbit, and Tokiyuki is tasked with shooting it. He misses, but Kojiro helps clear a line of sight. Before Tokiyuki can shoot again, Ayako throws a boulder at the rabbit but misses. Suddenly, a huge boar, rumored to be a flesh-eating demon, charges at them. Kojiro and Ayako lead it to an obsidian spike, annihilating it. After the hunt, they relax at a hot spring and discuss strategy, deciding on the name the Elusive Warriors for their team. Returning to the beast, they find Suwa has devoured it, claiming he was purifying it with his divine stomach. Meanwhile, another person with foresight knows Suwa is plotting something and is determined to stop him. Back with the baddies, Takagi visits Emperor Dogi, who praises Takagi's actions in Kamakura by giving him a character from his own name. Dogi also expresses gratitude for Takagi's help in consolidating control over the country and promises him a new imperial court position. Takagi requests that his retainers be given imperial court jobs instead. Later, Takagi's steward, Mona, assists him with his attire and expresses concern about Takagi losing his humanity. Takagi, however, asks Mona to focus on supporting Doji. A glimpse of Takagi's eye reveals what appears to be multiple eyes within it. While hunting a boar, one of Takagi's men thanks him for recommending him as the governor of Shinano. Takagi acknowledges that this man was the first to betray Tokiyuki's family and become his retainer. At the same time, Takagi is aware that Suwa is aiding Tokiyuki and asks his ally Saddam to investigate Suwa. Saddam promises to kill them all. We then shift to Tokiyuki, Suwa, and their group. Tokiyuki attempts to chop down an obstacle, but fails. Suwa advises that strength training might cause Tokiyuki to lose his elusive abilities. Tokiyuki then showcases his exceptional archery skills to everyone. Tokiyuki shares his past archery experiences, and Suwa suggests they maximize these skills and teach Tokiyuki how to attack while evading danger. A villager informs them of Saddam's arrival. Suwa instructs Tokiyuki, Shizuku, and the others to hide while he talks to Saddam. Saddam informs Suwa about the new hierarchical status under Dogi and insists the Suwa people obey him. He plans to visit later to discuss his ownership of Suwa. Saddam demands that any Hojo clan members or important retainers be handed over. Using his keen eyesight, Saddam scans the area and notices several people, including suspicious children, watching from far. Tokiyuki finds Saddam disgraceful but admits his skills are impressive, sparking an idea in Suwa. Suwa informs Tokiyuki about Saddam's plans and wants him to observe Saddam's archery skills, anticipating his return to incite the Suwa Grand Shrine people. Tokiyuki agrees with the plan. Saddam and his assistant Sukefusa discuss the upcoming Suwa Grand Shrine dog shooting event, which Saddam aims to win to further his goals. On the competition day, Shizuku compliments Tokiyuki, and Suwa reminds her to use a false name for him. Koshiro announces Saddam's unexpected participation. Saddam emphasizes the importance of dog shooting competitions in Shinano and aims to invigorate the event. Saddam performs impressively, but the Suwa residents are displeased with his sudden success. He proposes a bet. If he wins, he gets to search the Suwa Grand Shrine's homes for Hojo clan members. Suwa accepts, but stipulates that if they win, Saddam cannot search their territory. Tokyuki, under the alias Choju Maru, will challenge Saddam. Despite the surprise, Suwa assures everyone to trust the plan. Tokyuki agrees to the duel, which begins soon after. During the competition, Tokyuki recalls Suwa's tips and uses them to earn points and evade Saddam's shots, frustrating him. Saddam, left with one arrow, shoots Tokyuki right in his head, scoring 4 points. Saddam taunts Tokyuki, who examines his bleeding forehead and admits he is afraid, but also finds the event thrilling. As Tokyuki and Sadamune continue to fiercely battle it out, Tokyuki struggles mightily. Yori urgently tells Tokyuki that he must combine his evading and shooting skills to defeat Sadamune in this heated competition. After taking a moment to breathe and contemplate a situation, Tokyuki skillfully gets Sadamune in the neck, earning himself 2 points. Simultaneously, Sadamune falls off his horse, allowing Tokyuki to perform a Parthian shot seconds later, securing his hard-fought victory. Yori confronts Sadamune and sternly reminds him of their deal. Enraged, Sadamune yells at Yori, departs the area, and contemplates his intense battle with Tokyuki. He questions whether Tokyuki is a Hojo family member, but abandons the thought, believing Yori wouldn't be foolish enough to present a Hojo family member to him. Meanwhile, Yori tells Tokyuki he asked someone to spread rumors of Hojo clan sightings across Japan, arguing this will keep their enemies busy. Then, we cut away to an elderly fellow conversing with a child. The elderly fellow shares his grievances with the child and tells him he will inherit his name and principles, leaving the boy, Genba, with advice and hopes. He'll adhere to it all. Meanwhile, Tokyuki and the others hold hands. Yori reminds Tokyuki of their precarious situation. They spot Sadamune from afar. Sadamune informs Yori and the others about a new imperial command. Yori must forfeit the lands north of Lake Suwa to Ogasawara. Sadamune says retainers living in the corresponding regions must relocate in 10 days. Yori holds a meeting with his fellow Suwa inhabitants. Some want to go to war, but Yori firmly refuses to let that happen. He asks everyone to leave except Tokyuki. Alone, Yori asks Tokyuki to recruit Genba to the Elusive Warriors clan and order the boy to steal the Emperor's imperial command from Sadamune's home. Yori informs Tokyuki about the imperial command debacle, arguing that if the person Sadamune informed them about goes missing, it can buy them time to strategize. Tokyuki, Ayano, Kojiro, and Shizuku depart to Kikyogahara village. Shizuku asks the locals if they know where they can find Genba. The residents flee the scene, leaving our heroes bewildered. Genba arrives and greets our heroes seconds later. Tokyuki introduces himself as Chojumaru and invites Genba to join the Elusive Warriors as a retainer. Genba knows Tokyuki is a Hojo and contemplates if he should sell Tokyuki out to Sadamune for money. He then shows everyone that he stole their goods, promising he won't rat anyone out to Sadamune if they give him 100 yen. Tokyuki questions if Genba might want more than just cash. Shizuku tells Genba that the Suwa Grand Shrine will pay him for his services. However, Shizuku says that if he helps Tokyuki, Tokyuki will offer him a province, which will help Genba earn a lot of money. Kojiro whispers something in Genba's ear, and Genba backs away, unhappy that Kojiro and Shizuku are making him feel uncomfortable. Genba tells Tokyuki he wants him to tag along on this thief quest to swipe Sadamune's Imperial Command. Genba and Tokyuki are near the warehouse where the Imperial Command is stored. They discuss a plan and head to the warehouse. During their stealthy quest, Tokyuki tells Genba he feels no shame in following orders and wants to do this out of respect for the Suwa folks' kindness. Genba shares a tale with Tokyuki about a past thief outing and departs. Tokyuki eavesdrops on Sadamune's discussion with the warehouse guards, learning that Sadamune wants them to complete a new task. The men leave the warehouse, and Tokyuki realizes this version of Sadamune is Genba. Genba and Tokyuki stealthily enter the warehouse, and Genba informs Tokyuki about his mask's morphing capabilities. Tokyuki ponders if Genba used these powers in the past to discover his true identity. Genba finds the Imperial Command, removes his mask, and morphs into Tokiyuki. Genba asks Tokiyuki if he thinks it's wise to trust someone like him. Meanwhile, a man eavesdrops on Genba and Tokiyuki's discussion. He quickly instructs his men to report his discovery to Sadamune. Then he readies himself to assassinate both Tokiyuki and Genba. As Assassin Boy I grapes you, he requests you leave a like for part 6 and comment when you first noticed Genba.